Hi, everybody. Michelangelo Badio here with another installment of No Boundaries, sponsored by Sawtooth Musical Instruments, Chromacast Music Products, and Goaty PS Music. Okay, as you see, I'm holding a double guitar, but you see another one in the background? That is the prototype. This is the real deal. This is the production model. I just got this a couple days ago, and it's really incredible. I mean, this is 100% stock guitar. It comes with the string dampeners, which I have a patent on, and I mean, it's really great. I only do this with practicing. Like when I'm in concert, I throw the picks out, but here you can see, this is me practicing, just, you know. Sounds great. It sounds great. And Joey wants to play today. And so I want to talk to you about the double guitar because we are getting very close to being sold out of these. And you know, there's been some people that have been hesitant, you know, because they say, "Oh man, you're the only one that can play it. I can never play it." Or and then people bring up, "Well, Steve Vai did a version of the double," and you know, so there's other people besides me, even though I invented the guitar. But this double guitar is pretty amazing. It's I don't want to take it apart till after I play, but do you see the back of this? That is a recessed flight case latch. This guitar comes in a case, two guitars separated, facing each other. And then you take them out, it takes seconds. You go boom, boom, lock and load, baby. You just put it together and it is together. And it's so easy to put together and take apart. And also, too, it comes with the guitar strap, really great Chromacast strap. And it comes with a washer on there because it's only one strap holder. So you put the strap around your neck like this, you put the washer behind it, and you strap you use this to strap to the double guitar, and it doesn't come off because you want that washer on the guitar, and there's a big reason for that. You don't want to, you know, holding a guitar like this, it's only 13 pounds, which is basically a pound heavier than a Les Paul. This is the lightest double we've ever been able to create. 13 pounds is the lightest we can do without taking off wood, even more wood. And what happens with this strap is you want it to be locked permanently, because if it's not, I don't recommend strap locks that could possibly break. But what we did is we gave you everything you need to make this guitar really, really happen. Now, also, I want to make a lesson out of this too. I'm going to show you, you know, last week I showed, you know, how I practice alternate picking. And it was an interesting thing because I got a comment from somebody, and I think they meant really well. But the comment was this: well, you don't show this, and you don't show this, and you don't show this. Well, how can that be a good comment? But here's the thing that I didn't want to tell them right out they were wrong, but they were, I feel, in my humble opinion, they're wrong. Because one of the things that I've learned over the years, and I'm living proof of it. I mean, I'm right here. You know, people, you saw me last week, you know, effortlessly playing at 220 BPM, alternate picking 16th notes, which is not easy. And so, but what I do is this: when you focus on too many things at the same time, see, that's what I didn't want to even tell this person. You know, see, they were right in a way. Oh yeah, you have to know this, and you know this, and they added all these extra techniques. But that's why my lessons are so good. I don't approach it like that. You learn one at a time. I'm laser beam focused on alternate picking. And then, you know, all the palm muting and all the extra things that embellish your, you know, the embellishments, the things that make your guitar playing special to other people, those are nuances, but that's not the technique. That's after you know the technique. It's like learning how to paint really well and then taking a very small brush and doing details. Too many people focus on these details and they don't know how to do the broad strokes. What I teach are the broad strokes. And then you focus on the minutia of it, the details. But you have to learn the details of the technique. And that's what I am laser beam focused on. And you know, that's where it comes in with the double guitar. Like, for example, things like are the necks angled like this? Well, what I did was I actually thought about, well, how does a human play a guitar? They don't play it perpendicular to their body. It's not like, so you don't play like that. You play on an angle. And I asked myself, what is that angle? What is the angle of that guitar? And so what I did is I actually took a picture. I took a photo of Eddie Van Halen from a rock magazine like Circus Magazine or Hit Parade or one of the ones back in the day, and I traced it. I actually used tracing paper and I traced his outline and flipped it upside, because tracing paper is really thin. I just flipped it the other way and I saw my double guitar. And then I took a very simple object called a protractor. I've had one since I was a little kid, when they used to teach reading, writing, and arithmetic. And so I have my protractor from math class. And I measured the angles and it was around 115, 120 degrees. See, this is not a right angle. So you can see. And so it's farther than a right angle. So a right angle would be about here. This is about 115, 120 degrees. What does that mean? It means when I play left-handed, it works. Steve Vai could see this. So that's how he came up with the Hart guitar. He gave me credit for being the first. He saw this. I didn't see anybody's. I made it. I invented it. It's a big difference. Now, one of the things I want to show you too, a couple little workarounds. One, I want to show you how you do. See that washer on the strap? That's how you do that. You put the you put the strap, you wrap it around your neck, and then you place it like this, and then you put the washer on. The washer is the final thing. This is how you put the double guitar strap. Again, my idea. Got the idea from saxophonists. Other thing is too, now I play this guitar in a million different ways. Check what I do on the back of the guitar. Do you see those markers? What I do is when I flip the guitar upside down and I'm doing my levitation thing with the guitar, it's impossible to see the neck. And so when I first started doing and Joey and Robert are like, hey, where am I? I can't see nothing. What? You blinded me with science. What is going on here? And it's like, M-A-B, talk to me, baby. And Joey's like, he's getting like nervous because he doesn't have a pick in his hand. So Robert's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, whoa. And so both hands are freaking out going, Radio, you suck. You've left us in the dark. What are you doing? Talk to me. And so what I realized is that I need to put some marker behind me. And so what I do for my shows and concert, and so when I flip the guitar upside down, you can't see the neck. I'm like this. So what I did is I made markers to show me. It's kind of like signs on the road, to where I'm at. Now I want to show you, I've done this before, but I want to show this again. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about, in this lesson, I'm going to show you how I practice sweep technique. And sweep technique is a product of economy picking. They both work hand in hand. They're a little different because sweep technique is usually associated with playing chords, arpeggiated chords. Now, a triad is 3 notes, A, C, E. If you add the octave A, C, E, A, you have a chord. Okay, so triad meaning 3. So you can do triads, but normally when you do sweep technique, it's very rarely just a triad. You add those octave notes, so you're really mostly playing chords. Like, for example, and so I want to talk about how I practice that, and also economy picking. Economy is one of my favorite techniques, and I use it more and more as I get older because, it's a lot different than going like alternate. It's one pick, one note. But it's like 1-1. It's like, ah, ah, ah. So when you're playing really fast, it's really really fast. If you watch Paul Gilbert a lot, like on his earlier videos, he does a lot of 16th note triplets. But what he doesn't do, he doesn't alternate pick everything. He'll go like so what he'll do is he'll add a lot of legato, and it takes the pressure off Robert. But Robert likes the pressure. Robert works well under pressure. Why? It's like the Incredible Hulk. He's always angry. He's angry to play notes, a lot of them. And so what I've done for the majority of my career, alternate. I do alternate picking. And it's like one, like, whoa! And so it's intense. But as I've gotten older, I've worked on economy for a long time. I used to call it alternative because I didn't know Frank Gambale. I'd never heard of Frank Gambale. But Frank Gambale, you have to give credit where credit's due. He's amazing. And so, but he popularized the name economy. And so we called it economy picking. But like all techniques, there are some limitations. See, with alternate picking, there are actually 0 limitations to what note choices you can use. It just depends on your skill level. With economy picking, you have some limitations. You have to play like a downstroke on the string you play, and your new string has to be in the same direction as the string before it. And that creates some problems. For example, if I gave an alternate picking riff that didn't follow that downstroke, you can't do it with economy. Economy has some limitations, but where it is really fantastic at is being able to add an extra layer of speed to your playing. Kind of like that. And so one of the things that I found so valuable about economy is when you're hitting 220 on a metronome and it's getting really fast, when you start going above, like 210, 220, you're in the really fast zone, okay? I mean, in orchestral music, it doesn't really get much faster than 205, 210. And so what happens is economy can kick in, and it makes it so effortless to go that much faster. And so I'm going to show this a little later, but I want to show a little bit about this double guitar. There are some available. There's still some left. Now, we're going to sell out of these. It's just, but we also didn't want to give them to all the music stores. Sawtooth is in, I don't know how many music stores in the United States, but we didn't want to just give them to a store to have them hang on the wall. We want people to play them. We've sold about 80% of the doubles. And people are really happy with it. There's a few left. If you're kind of on the fence about this, man, get it. I mean, there's nothing, boldly go. It's like Star Trek. Boldly go where no one has gone before. I did something different. And for the first time ever in my entire career, I've been able to offer this to you. It's reasonably priced. Look at the wood on this bad boy. The wood is beautiful. I used to have pointy shapes for all my doubles. We wanted to change. In the future, we might do another limited edition. We don't know. But we might do a pointy guitar. And, we can do anything we want at Sawtooth. But I really love this shape. It's the lightest one ever. Beautiful Canadian maple. The guitar just plays great. And one of the things that I love about it, it's not like playing the Jimmy Page double neck. This is truly left-handed. And with the string dampeners, this is your third hand. So you can literally just like, the best way to practice this guitar is to do legato. Just take a riff. Like I like to do this. How smooth that is? That's because the string dampener blocks the strings. This is like a fret wrap, only better. Now, I've said it 1,000 times, I'm gonna say it again. The only thing I want to wrap for is I want to put chicken in there, and maybe some hot sauce, and maybe some lettuce, tomato, and mayo. You know what a wrap is? A wrap is a damn tortilla. You don't put a, do you want to put a tortilla on your guitar? Dude, you want to make like, dude, let's make like a quesadilla guitar, bro. But that's cheesy. Yes, it is cheesy. Queso, bro. Queso, queso, queso. Do you want queso on your guitar, do you? And so I said string dampeners. Why? Because you can flip it up out of the way. Oh my God, what a novel idea. I have open string. And then you just put this bad boy on and so you can do legato times 10. So what I do when I practice, the first thing you can do with the double is just check it out. Just go like this. Now, we live in a society that has what we call, it's Western harmony. The whole world uses Western-based music, and that is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's mathematically imperfect, which makes it amazing, but that's a whole other story. The well-tempered tuning, Bach, well-tempered clavier. But our tonal system is based on thirds, tertian harmony, meaning based on thirds. So all you have to do is this. And then create a third from that. And then create a third. Look. It's cool. And so you cannot really, you can do that on one guitar, but it's not the same. Let me grab a guitar pick here. Normally I would put them here on the guitar, but I like to throw them around. And being that this is a multi-stream, I didn't want to, and I'm sitting down, normally I would stand up to play this, but I want to play a little bit for you. I'm going to show you, when I first got the double guitar, what I asked myself is, what can you do with it? And then I remember reading this article about Jimi Hendrix. Now, I'm older, but I wasn't old enough to see Jimi Hendrix. Okay, that's a generation before me. And so what they said about Hendrix was that he played guitar in more positions than anyone had ever done before. And I'm like, what does that mean? Is he standing on his head playing guitar? I didn't know. I'd never seen him. Like, what does that mean? He played guitar in more positions. Says, are you talking about a sexual thing? What are you talking about? What kind of position? I mean, what is he sitting in a chair playing? I mean, what does he do? What positions are there? I mean, is he on like a, gravity boots upside down going, purple haze? Well, I got like a headache, bro. I wonder why, dude. Everything looks upside down. That's because you are upside down. Oh, I didn't know, bro. Like I'm stoned, bro. And so, like, what the heck is going on? What does more positions mean? And so, but I took, okay, what does it mean? I didn't know. Okay, it's like a lot of people that write, what the heck are you talking about? Like you're looking at it like, are you, what? And so what I said is, I started writing down, what can I do with this? And I thought, okay, I can play right-handed. Well, yeah, I can play left-handed. What else? I can play harmonies. What else? Harmony, melody. What else? How about crisscross? How about left-handed crisscross? And so what happened to me, and then I'm going to play this for you, is in concert one time, I was literally going like this. I was doing one of my whittlies. And I'm like, I've got to pick in my hands. Robert's got to pick it up. And I'm thinking to myself, boring! I'm bored! I'm like, bored? And then I started thinking, in the middle of a solo, I'm hungry, man. I'm like really hungry. Now, I'm in LA. I'm thinking, Taco Bell. Oh, I love Taco Bell. In the middle of playing the solo, I'm like, Taco Bell, dude, rules. And, hard shell burritos, not burrito supremes, taco supremes. And the burrito supremes rule. But then I thought, Oh, Del Taco. Del Taco. Cheese quesadillas, hard shell chicken tacos. So I'm like, one side is going Del, the other side is Bell. Del, Bell. And I'm in concert playing, and people are thinking that, oh my God, he looks like he's so into it. I'm like, oh yeah, Del Taco, Taco Bell. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on here? And I'm playing, nobody knows that I don't even care about what I'm playing because I'm bored. I could have been selling Allstate insurance. I'm just sitting here playing this thing because I've done it too many times. And then that voice in my head goes, ow, that actually hurt. And he goes, what are you talking about? You're talking about cheese quesadillas. You're talking about burrito supremes, hard-shell chicken tacos, bro. You better get your head on straight. And so in my mind, this is all going through my mind. And it's like nanoseconds, like a computer. And then it said, get with the program, bro. Get back to playing. So I literally went like this. I flipped my hands crisscross over their neck and started playing like this. And the audience went insane. And I do this in my double guitar solo live. And then I thought to myself, Del Taco it is. Thank you. And the moral of the story is this, that when you play the same thing over and over again, you've got to either, you're going to stay the same or you're going to get worse, okay? Because you're going to get bored. So it's another reason to like take the leap. If you're thinking about getting the double, I would get it. Why not? What do you have to lose? It's reasonably priced. It's amazing. And it gives you an ability to think outside the box. And I have a saying that in order to think outside the box, you have to know what's in the box. I know what's in the box. I study music. And I have my degree in music. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not a financial wizard, although I'm pretty good in business. But I know music. It's my expertise, and I've lived long enough to be able to say, look you can say what you want, but I'm still here playing at this level at my age. So something I've been doing is right. And I practice what I teach. I don't practice what I preach. I practice what I teach. Okay, so anyway, Adam, let's play the first part of this. I'm going to show you a little bit about how I play this bad boy. Now I'm sitting down, so it's a little different. But Joey's really ready to play, and Robert's ready to pick. There you go. Now, I would never keep the pick in my mouth when I'm playing live and in concert, but I wanted to just show you, like when I practice the double, this is what I do. But just in that sequence alone, you saw left-handed crisscross over the neck. You saw me doing what I told you, that crisscross thing with, I love Del Taco. I love it with a passion. Even more than Taco Bell, but I like Taco Bell too. And so, and I was not kidding when I said that. People, a question you can ask artists is like, when you're on stage playing, like ask David Gilmour, when he's playing Comfortably Numb, what is he thinking about? He's probably thinking about a pint at the local pub, and so a lot of times you think, you see the player, oh, I'm so into it, bro. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and then they're thinking about like, God, I can't wait to get back to the hotel, and it's not that they don't want to, they're trying to cheat the audience. Is that when you do something for a long time, I mean, picture your own job. If you do something repetitive, and you do something over and over, you get used to it. So your mind is smart enough to be able to think of other things when you're doing it. Okay, so anyway, now I didn't do any shout outs yet. We are having, a different system here. We're doing a multi-stream. So, but I want to say, I want to give some shout outs. One to Alexis, to Denny, to Tanya, to Brett, to Nick, Miss Metal, Roxana. There are a lot of people that I want to thank, Bill Peck. I have a lot of just great fans out there and friends that I've made over the years in different cities, that I can, that we stay in touch on different social media sites. But, I'm truly grateful for the ability to do this and, just to do, when COVID hit, I lost 70 shows from September to this. Right now, I should have been in Europe touring. I had the best USA tour booked that I've ever had, and the best one before this was 2020 before COVID hit just last year. And then I had the best European tour I've ever had, and so we had to postpone it because of COVID. But we're going to be back. I'll be back on the road in 2022. But I'm very fortunate to be able to do these live streams and play with bands like Smashing Pumpkins. I couldn't have done that if I was on tour. My last show, I played in front of 45,000 people, and it was just amazing. That's my new record. My old record was 35,000. Add an extra 10,000, pretty significant increase. Now, also too, if you're interested in this, the GoDPS Music Live app. Very few big guitar companies have their own app. A few of them do. Most of them do not. We do. Sawtooth does. And it's through the retail outlet called GoDPS Music. If you download the app, it is free. And when I say free, if people know me, I say what I'm going to say. I'm a lot of things, but a liar is not one of them. I think when you lie, you have to remember your lie, and that's how you get caught. If you don't lie, the truth is not hard to remember. It's the truth. There is no charge for this app. Not now, not in the future. It is free to download. You get so much content. We just released from the All-Star Band, which is me on guitar, Rudy Sarzo on bass, Vinny Appice on drums, and Melody, the lead singer from the band Liliac, this young lead singer that is just an old soul musically. She sounds like the female version of Dio. It's incredible. We released Crazy Train. And then if people want to go, why don't you do like your own music? Well, Rudy Sarzo played on Crazy Train with Randy Rhoads. It is his music. And so now, granted, Ozzy wrote it. Rudy was in the band with Ozzy and with that band. And so, the live album with Randy Rhoads, that was Rudy Sarzo playing on it. Crazy Train is from his discography. And so we aren't playing covers. We are playing original songs when we play Heaven and Hell or Rainbow in the Dark. That's Vinny Appice's music. He's the guy that played on it. It's a lot different. Like when people say, well, play a cover of like a Dio song or a cover of Black Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio in it. Well, I played those songs with the guy who played the drums on those records. Whole different level of just wow. And I'm very grateful to do this stuff. But if you check out the GoDPS Music Live app, they have discounts on musical equipment too. So, this double guitar is still available. By 2022, it won't be. Okay, these are going to sell out. And so, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. You know, we didn't order a lot. We only ordered 50. I got one of them. So we had 49 and we're getting down there. And so if you're thinking about it, I'd get it. I mean, the case alone, it's not here, but you see this, which says MAB limited edition? It's a beautiful case. The guitars come apart and then they just sit in the case facing each other. There's a place for the strap. We accommodated the string dampeners. These are on the guitar when you get it so that the case closes comfortably on the guitar as a completed guitar. Now, one of the things too, I want to talk about, I haven't talked about this yet, I want to talk about sweep technique. Now, when I practice, especially now, it is so important to have a benchmark, to have time. Whoop. And people say, well, why don't you do more sweeps than that? Yes, you can. But most people that are not good with sweep technique can't do this. This is like sweeping 101. Adam, can you put on the drums? And I'm going to show you how I like to practice this. I'm going to start at 185 and just do a sweep over and over and over. It's really good to use, if we can stop that, it's really good to use either a drum program or if you want, use a metronome, have it go, because you develop timing. See, one of the things about sweep technique, it's the timing of the arpeggios. When you listen to people like Jeff Loomis play, you know, he uses a lot of sweeps, and sweeps are super popular, you know, and it's a shame because you always get critics who cut down technique. And so, you know, in the 1990s, oh, sweeps suck, bro. And I make jokes about it, like, did a sweep harm you? Did you ever date a sweep? And did they gaslight you? What did the sweep do to you to cause such mental anguish that you hate the sweep so much? And so, and I thought the whole idea is ludicrous. Or like, you know, I talked about this last week. Who do this, bro? Wait. It's like a boomer bend, dude, or this. Those are like boomer bends, dude. You better not do it. Why? Well, because it's like a boomer song, man. Well, what does that mean? Well, I don't know, man, but like everybody's saying don't do it. So you don't really know what it is, but you're just like another sheep in the flock, like just go for it. And so the point is this. It's not a boomer bend. It's a technique. That's all it is. And so it's people who are primarily jealous and primarily ones that can't do it or just want to get clicks on an article. You know, they just want people to look at. All they care about is numbers. They don't really care what they say or how it affects other people or whether it's even true or not. And so it's just talking with written word, just la, 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 BS, BS. Techniques are a means to an end. I don't like any technique more than any other. I love alternate pitch. I love economy. Adam, can you put on the last drum pattern? This is 220. Now, I've actually upped it. So next week, I'm going to go up to 235 or 240. Maybe, is it 245? Yeah, okay. So this is 220. Watch. Okay, I can do that all day. Those are 16th notes in 220. It's like I'm not even breaking a sweat. Why? Because I learned the technique. I didn't jump light years ahead and say, well, you're not doing like this and this and this, like the person commented, well, you should be teaching this, 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 and this. No, I shouldn't. I should be teaching laser beam focused on the technique. I'm not telling you that I liked the technique. I'm not telling you I dislike the technique. I'm not telling you what, I can tell you what artists use that, but I'm not telling you if I like or dislike the artist. My job is not to impart what I feel, my prejudices, because, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I don't like every band. I don't like every artist. But it's not my job to tell you who to listen to or who not to listen to. That's your job. My job is to teach you the technique in the best, most focused way possible. That riff that I just showed you is in Speed Kills. Now let's back it down to the original one, Adam, so it's 185. Metal Method programs work. I'm going to do two things. This basic A minor shape is, whoops, sorry about that. I'm going to admit, I have slippers on today, and you know what? There's like these, I'm hitting the switch, and it's going between like these. It's almost like there's, like a gym shoe with like sections in it where it's like indentated. Well, I keep hitting the indentation here. Okay, so the point is this. If you can do this good, it's so clean the way I play it. And people, now here's another thing. Again, it's just people talking. Oh, dude, man, you can't be, it's a lot easier to be clean on the neck position because you get that really round. Well, I don't even have a neck position pickup on here because I never use it on the double. So again, these are untruths. Yeah, maybe it, you think you can do a little more with it, but it's a sound. It's not like it's so much easier to play. Guitar playing is easy if you learn how to play it right. And what I do in my Metal Method programs is make it easy for you because I've learned, and I say this, it's my methodology. My methodology is based on classical music. How did the virtuoso pianists of the day learn how to play? How did Rachmaninoff learn how to play? How did Schoenberg? How did Shostakovich? How did Handel or Bach or Mozart? And you find a lot of similarities over the centuries. I mean, human hands haven't changed that much. Yeah, we're bigger and stronger, but let's face it, Paganini would rip your face off if he came here today and he played. And so, when you're dealing in music, there were virtuosos of the highest caliber centuries ago that are equally as good as the greatest musicians of the day. So it's not like the playing field is so much different. It's more different in sports than it is in music. Yeah, we have a great crop of young guitar players now that have taken guitar just, it's unlimited. That's why I love the guitar. But you don't discount the past. Saying like a riff or a technique is not good is like saying, well, Bach is not good anymore. Like we've outgrown Bach. Really? His music is the highest form of art in his Baroque style. How can you say you've outgrown this? You don't outgrow it. Do you outgrow the Beatles? Do you write a better song than yesterday? No. Do you write a better rock song than, AC/DC? And so you can only, other genres, you don't take away from the past. You look at it, learn from it, and then do your own thing. Now, when I do these arpeggios, I used to do this one 1,000 times. Let's hit the 185 again. You just practice this over and over. Okay, so you can practice it. Now, when I would do it 1,000 times, I would start slow. I go. I would just go over and over, and I would also practice it slow. Right. Now, there are so many variations. The major. Then you have extensions like a. My song No Boundaries was written specifically as an exercise. Bach wrote 2 and 3 part inventions. They're called symphonias. And what he did, they were teaching tools, but you learned a piece of music as you were learning the techniques. That's what No Boundaries is about. And Metal Method, in the Speed Kills programs, I also teach No Boundaries, and I break it down into 27 parts. And this song, so not only are you learning these amazing techniques, but you were learning a song to play them in. And the backing track is with it. So when you practice something like sweep technique, it's kind of a weird concept because your picking hand is going slow when your fretboard hand is moving rapidly up and down the fretboard. And so, I mean, just something like this. Just watch my right hand. Or this. When you watch the right hand, when you watch Robert, it's going slow, but the notes are moving rapidly. So you've got one hand just flying and the other hand having to be controlled. That's where people screw up the most because your one hand is doing this, but this is really the motion. And it's not easy. You know, people want to do this. They want to mirror each hand or like that. So, but when you're doing this, it creates difficulty. So what we did in the Speed Kills programs is I broke it down, and I can't stress it enough. Metalmethod.com. Speed Kills works. I practice what I teach. That's all I can tell you. And so, but when you work on these ARPs, don't work on something later. Concentrate on the arpeggio and to play it as cleanly as possible. Then use a metronome and play it in time, because I cannot stress enough, you've got to get timing in your head. What makes great musicians great, obviously the note choices and, you know, not even necessarily technique sometimes, but it's their ability to groove within themselves and to groove with the players that they are playing with. And being able to groove is being able to play in time. And once you know how to play in time, great drummers have that innate sense of time. It doesn't mean perfection, but they have that feel that you can lock into. And the way to lock into it, if you're practicing, is to practice to drum programs or metronome. Now, I'm going to also show another exercise here. This is on Speed Kills. It's such a simple economy picking exercise. See, a lot of times teachers nowadays will go, okay, man, I'm going to show you like economy pick. I'm like, awesome. And then these exercises are super long and not convoluted, but you know, we're not talking about wide melodic leaps. We're talking about a simple, it's not a simple technique. We're talking about an exercise made simple. See, what I did is forget all that stuff. Concentrate on a short exercise. Why is this exercise so amazing? Economy picking is simply this. When you have one string and you have 3 notes per string, 2 plus 2 is metal 4 minus metal 1. You go down, up, down. Now with alternate picking, down, up, your new string, if you're going down on one string and you want to go to a new string, that's an upstroke, because that follows the alternate picking sequence. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. But economy is economizing the motion. Down, up, down, your new string is a downstroke. And so what I did is I developed a simple exercise that if you can do this, you can master economy picking. Down, up, down, down to the new string. Then what I do is I add one extra note with an upstroke and move back to the other string with an upstroke. So it's like this. Hold on, give me some kind of a Okay, here we go. I'm going to lower the strap a little bit. Down, up, down, down, up, up. So down, up, down, down, up, up. If you can do this, you are working specifically on economy picking. You're not worried about playing it with taste. You're not worrying about nuances of how to make the sound. You want it to sound as clean and articulate as possible. Now, let's play 185, okay? Now let me show you 16th notes. I'm going to play economy, then I'm going to stop and play alternate. But the economy picking is a major, major technique that I recommend to every guitar player. It adds that extra bit of speed that you can use without the effort of going alternate picking. Alternate picking is note, note. It's constantly like this, where economy is like this. It's like sweep picking. It lessens the tension on your picking hand while your fretboard hand can just fly. It's such a great technique. And that's why I say, don't criticize techniques, learn them. Use them if you want, don't use it. Doesn't matter to me, might not even matter to you. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Okay, let's go for it. 185. Watch. Now I varied it a little at the end. That is like slow motion to me. But I'm playing 16th notes at 185. Just go like. Now I'm not playing triples. I'm not going. I was going. Triplets will be. And so let's move it up to 220. Let's just go as fast as I've got on here. Next week I'm gonna blast it into faster than this. But even when you play 220 with alternate picking, I'll play a little bit on alternate and then I'll show you the economy picking. But the same exercise, even when you're playing at those advanced speeds, it feels more comfortable because only one hand's doing the majority of the work. It's like versus like this. Okay, ready? Watch. That's alternate. They keep playing. Watch. Economy. Okay, it's effortless. So the economy picking, Frank Gambale said this, that economy picking is like having a fifth gear. I believe him. And so you can find that not only can you increase your speed, but when you get to those, like really anything over 205, 210, you're really in the shred zone. I mean, it's really fast. Now, a lot of people can play that fast, but can it be articulated? Like you heard here, I'm just sitting here with a double guitar, playing 220 like it's nothing. And because it is nothing with that technique, I can go much faster than that. But how much faster do you need? Why not? I'd rather have it and be really fast. And so that's why I can't stress economy picking enough. I love alternate picking. Alternate picking is like a lot of bullets in the gun, but it's like this. Whereas economy picking is like this. See, it's a lot different. See, one hand's doing this, like this. So it'd be like this versus this. This is alternate picking. This is economy, where you're doing this. And so where this hand is not moving nearly as fast, but it's keeping up. And the thing is, it's like the pyramid. The brain, Joey, Robert. It all works. You have to synchronize this. And so when you practice this exercise, you practice it slow. Then you gradually build up. And I can't stress it enough. Playing with drum software or metronome is the way to do it. Now, let's see the time here. Okay, cool. I want to say this. I can't say enough about Sawtooth. All the years that I've been playing guitar and all the different double guitars I've had over the years, no company ever has been able to actually do a production model of the double. This is the first double guitar ever produced that you could buy a limited edition of. We don't have that many left. If you're thinking about it, get it. It's amazing. It comes with a beautiful case, comes with everything you need, everything to play this guitar properly. And the construction is great. This is 100% the production model. And you can see there, that was the prototype. Sawtooth is great at making a great prototype, and the production models are consistent and great. So also to check out the GoDPS Music Live app. You get discounts on gear. Also, you can see the All-Star Band doing our version of Crazy Train. And I do my own version of Randy Rhoads solo, which if you're familiar with, I did my tribute to Randy. I applied that same solo to this version, and it's just ripping. It's live in your face. Vinny Appice on drums, Rudy Sarzo, who played with Randy Rhoads and Ozzy for years, in those early years, played on it. It's just amazing. Melody does a great job. Also, Speed Kills. Speed Kills works. Doug Marks of Metal Method is just brilliant. He's come up with many different lesson programs so you can do the basic course on up to the most advanced playing. It's all at Metal Method, metalmethod.com. This exercise that I showed you, we're going to be showing, but it's in my Speed Kills program. I talk about it in depth. You can see it slow and fast, but now you can see a real world application of it and how I practice it. And also too, go to my YouTube channel. I've got a lot of content there, a lot of playthroughs, but I can't say enough about Sawtooth Guitars. I'm really happy to be with the company, and we're going to be doing a lot of great things in 2022. We've got a lot of guitars now. There's also one thing that they do as well. For almost every production model, not 100%, but a lot, they have a left-handed version. How many companies do that? I mean, you can get a right-handed version. What about a left-handed, man? And so, I mean, that's the reason I started playing right-handed guitar. I'm left-handed, and I couldn't find a left-handed guitar. But Joey's like, that's because I rule. I have willed this. And so what happened was they weren't available. And so Joey got to be an egotistical, narcissistic hand. And but the point is this. Sawtooth is a great company. They make great guitars for a great price, value, and you can get the left-handed versions of not every single one, but a lot of them. I mean, the vast majority of their guitars are available in the left-handed equivalent. So I can't say enough about it. I'm just really grateful. I mean, I've had a great career, and it's still rocking, and I'm still playing as fast as ever, and the notes are right there, and that's because I practice what I teach. I'm Michelangelo Badio for Joey, for Robert, for Mikey. See ya.